Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thanks for joining us. In part 2 of 3 episodes here on the Sit Down with Tom Allen, we cover something different today. Today, we talk about 2020, the success it was, and how's it going to carry over into 2021. Let's take a look. Coach, I want to pivot now to 2020. Obviously, such a historic year for you and the program. And I guess when you travel the country, I know you talked to a lot of coaches, Big Ten Media Days. I'm sure you caught up with some other Big Ten coaches just last week. Has the mood surrounding Indiana football changed? Is the perception of Indiana football changed when you travel the country?
Yes, I would say significantly, especially since I first got here. And we've commented that. Matter of fact, Coach McCullough just came back, and he was just like, we went out together in the month of June and obviously traveled and went to different camps, and that was really the first time doing that. And he was just kind of like, kind of taken back, like, wow, this is just a completely different perception of our football program than when I left, and so I think I think even when you talk to anybody from coast to coast, and there's no question it was the success we've had the last couple of seasons, maybe the social media that showed the behind the scenes looks at some things in our program that have been positive. So I just think that's been a positive thing without question, and there's no doubt that's had an impact on recruiting as well. But to me, it's just about just being true to who we are, and I don't plan on changing, and I've been this way my whole life, and just want to keep being me.
So I know you see the press of just the hype of 2020 and how great that was, and I'm not trying to dwell on the past here, but I am curious, for you guys in your building, with your tight-knit of players and coaches, not to bring up a sore subject, but when you have that bold loss, do you guys as a staff and as a team still feel the success of that season, or does it damper that mood a little bit?
Oh, it dampens the mood. I mean, there's no question, and we've talked about it as a staff, we talked about it as a team, and you don't dwell on it, but there's no question. There's a different feel. There's an unfinished piece to what happened because of that loss, and but also at the same time, you don't want it to take away from all the great things that happened in 2020. So, it was one game, and it was a lot of challenges going on for our guys that we don't ever talk about, but still, it was a tough situation, but we fell short, and that was one of our goals was to win our bowl game, and we didn't do it. So that just leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and I think it was obviously a tremendous motivator for our guys, and we got a lot of guys back from that team, and what we talked about was they understand what was missing in that game compared to the other games, and I think it's helped us, and it's going to allow us to be stronger moving forward.
I know you said on media days you're not worried about the past, you're worried about the future. That's your focus. Which, when you talk future and future of this season, it all starts with that quarterback, Michael Penix, and I know you speak very highly of him. And Coach, 3 seasons every year going through another season-ending injury, and I know you're a big believer in your adversity is what makes you as a person.
Sure.
But Coach, that much adversity, what have you shown him? What advice have you given for battling just that much tough to overcome?
Yeah, it's hard, and especially when you first find out, it's just overwhelming in some ways. And so, but then you just kind of have to learn to process through it, and I think your faith comes into play, and it does for him as well. And you lean on that because it's got to be. You got to find some purpose in this and say, well, why is this happening? Is there some kind of, whatever, if you feel like it just has, there's nothing that good can come of it, I think it's even more devastating. But you have to just take a step back and recognize that as hard as adversity is, and as much as we don't want to go through it, it shapes us into who we are. And it creates grit in our lives. And to me, I think grit's the one quality that is the common denominator for all successful people, and especially those that are at a very, very high level consistently over time. And so we love that word in our program. It was our one word in 2019, and it never will cease to be part of our program. So he's learning a whole lot of grit just to be able to persevere. Even when things get hard and you got another injury, you persevere. You got another setback, you persevere. You just never stop. And that's that relentless mindset that you have to be great in this life. And so to me, we can't change the past. We can learn from it, and that's what he's doing, and it's making him stronger and stronger every year. He's growing every single year, and we're just praying that he'll be able to stay healthy this year and have a finished season from start to the very end game, whatever game that happens to be. And I want him to be our starting quarterback that last game.
Absolutely. And Mike Penix, the 3 guys you took to media day this year, you had Michael Penix, Micah McFadden, and Ty Fryfogle. And I want to flash back again Because when they came into this program, Michael Penix was not even in the top 80 in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Freifogel was not in the top 200 of wide receivers in the country. And Micah McFadden didn't crack the top 300 in the state of Florida. Not in his position, at the state of Florida. When you look at those three guys, and now they are coming into Big Ten Media Day, and they're being heralded as some of the best in the Big Ten with the Ohio State guys, the Michigan guys, and the top of the top, what does that say about you and your player development here at this program and what you've been able to turn guys into in just a short amount of time?
Well, it's two All-Americans and arguably one of the best players in America, of those three, as you just mentioned. So, yeah, it's an awesome thing to be able to take those guys from where they were, see potential within them, and then convince them to come here and then develop them once they got here. So that's a testament to our staff, the strength and conditioning staff, our football coaches, everybody that's helped these guys develop as men, our character coach, John Powell, just all the things that go into helping these guys be mentally and physically and emotionally, strong, So, but yeah, I think it's a great testament to this program, to the testament of being able to develop. Because if you can develop players at that level, to be able to take a guy that's supposed to be here and then he's now performing up here on a consistent basis, that's what you want. I mean, that's the best recruiting speech we can give, is to show that evidence of growth and development, because everybody wants to be developed, and I hear that word 1,000 times in parents and asking questions about their son and his future and how that he's able to maximize everything that the good Lord's given him when he comes to play here. So yeah, what a great testament to our program, and but a testament to them and how hard they've worked. They've bought in, they've been unselfish, and they've worked extremely hard. And but I thought those guys were special players, and when they were younger, they just needed to have an opportunity to be able to be in the right environment. And when they got in that right environment, they've taken off.
You got a fun defense coming back this year.
We do.
And every year it's been fun to watch. Your defense has just gotten a little bit better every single year. And I think now you answered the question. They can compete with some of the best Big Ten defenses last season.
Absolutely.
My question for you is, what can this Indiana defense not do?
Well, to me, I thought we gave up too many big plays last year. We go through and you study and evaluate, and so in both the run game and the pass game, so we worked really hard on that, and got to continue to get more production, I believe, out of our defensive line. They did some good things, but I want to see them be more dominant in situations, and you just continue to work on tackling. Is never something you ever say, oh man, we're where we want to be. We don't have to work on it anymore. So we got to tackle better, in space. But yeah, there's things, a lot to work on for sure. But I expect our defense 2021 to be better than we were in 2020.
Another thing that's coming back with 2021, fans are going to be packing the Rock again. It's a bummer they weren't able to be there for that historic season last year. What does it mean to you to have the Rock packed once again?
I don't think you can put a price tag on it. I mean, the value is immense, and it means so much to our team. The noise, the impact it has on our opponent, especially the opponent's offense on third downs, that they can't hear their cadence and they can't, get a jump on the snap count. And it gives us an advantage as a football program. And just not having them a part of all the great things that happened in 2020 was a disappointment without question. But man, they have a chance to be part of it now, and so just packing that stadium out and packing the Rock and getting this place rocking from start to finish, come here and stay for the whole game and be a part of this environment that helps us win Big Ten games and just win football games in general.
2 parts down, just one more to go. Our series finale of the Sit Down with Tom Allen airs Friday at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern. There, Tom Allen gets real personal, talking about family, life, and football, and how when the three combine, magical things can happen. For the Hoosier Network, I've been Griffin Gonzalez. We'll see you Friday.